I'll let everyone come on in before I talk about this game. Oh, man. What is going on, everybody? This is LC Muscles here, back with a brand new video. Um, I just got done watching the AFC Championship game not too long ago, and you know what, man? I'm sick and tired of these NFL rules. I'm sick and tired of these NFL overtime rules, man. I am sick and tired of it. Oh my god. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Oh God. I just got done watching the Chiefs and Bills game, and man, I am just disappointed in the Buffalo Bills, man. I know Bills Mafia and my buddy Gare Bear, they're not doing well right now, and I understand completely. Bills Mafia, how you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. I understand how you guys are feeling right now. I felt this way many times. I felt this way in the Steelers game, Super Bowl game. I understand. The Bills had the chance to put this game away. I know how bad these kind of losses are. I completely understand. Yeah, the 2011 AFC Championship game, AFC wild card round, dude. I know how these kind of playoff losses feel, man. It sucks. I get it. It absolutely sucks, and I feel so bad because I wanted the Bills to win the Super Bowl this year. I did. I think the Bills will win a Super Bowl. It's going to be their time sooner rather than later. But unfortunately, I'm just sick and tired of the bias the NFL has towards the Kansas City Chiefs. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. Fuck the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry. They're on my most hated teams now. Above fucking Baltimore. They're not as bad as Baltimore now, but they're in the top three now. You have the Patriots, you have the Chiefs, and you have the fucking Ravens, man. Fuck these motherfuckers, man. I'm sorry, man. I am absolutely sorry. This is ridiculous, man. You're going into a rebuild. Oh god. Yeah, the Buffalo Bills, unfortunately, their defense just couldn't really stop the Kansas City Chiefs on offense when it needed to happen, which sucks because Josh Allen played the game of his life. Not having Tre'Davious White killed the Bills tonight. It absolutely killed them. If they had Tre'Davious White, the Bills would have won by at least by 10. But not having him really hurt tonight. It absolutely hurts not having a player as his caliber on the defensive side. It absolutely hurts. And then the Rams Bucks game where the Rams were at least able to just pretty much prevent themselves from being the Atlanta Falcons again and being the Patriot and being the Buccaneers, but still. Oh my goodness, man. This was just a tough one, man. This was just a tough one to watch. Even as a fan that wanted the Bills to win, man. God. And I'm sick and tired of the NFL's bias towards the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, man. Patrick Mahomes just he's plastered everywhere and it's fucking ridiculous. I can't stand him anymore, man. I can't. I'm sorry. They're my top three most hated teams now with the Patriots, Raven. Well, not as more Patriots now. They're probably bomb now. But with Tom Brady, I probably hate more. But the Kansas City Chiefs fan base is just unfucking tolerable as well. It was a great game, don't get me wrong, but this game is just sour taste in my mouth. Just a sour fucking taste, that ending. Just extremely sour. At least the Rams, the fucking right team, won. This game did not have the right team win. The Bills should have won, but unfortunately, they just could not stop Patrick Mahomes. And this is where it gets to my next point. The overtime rules are absolutely terrible. They are absolutely awful and they need to be fixed 100%. in regular and just in postseason. I think this is definitely a postseason and NFL regular season. They need to implement some changes because these overtime rules are absolutely garbage. You cannot tell me that they are absolutely garbage. The garbage overtime rules do not give the teams a fair shot. They don't give a team a fair shot, especially if you only get the coin toss. It's not fair. 100% not a fair chance. They need to do it like how it is in college. 100% it is in college. But people are going to complain, oh, but the NFL players didn't even be able to be healthy as a season. Fuck them. They're professional athletes. They can fucking handle it. Pure and simply, they can handle it. So, honestly, there really needs to be a change in overtime rules. With the overtime rules, it's simple. All you need to do is you need to give both teams a possession, at least one possession each. Start off at the 30-yard line. And this is pretty much perfect, near down perfect. No timeouts. So there's no time on the clock. It's just possessions. You get one possession offense and one defense. That's how you decide, just like in college. But instead of starting at the 20 in college, you start at the 30. Not only that, it gives both teams a possession. You have this go on for 2 overtimes. So you get 2 possessions offense each. Then after the second overtime, if it's still tied, you go straight to 2-point conversions and you just do that just like how it is in college. There you go. Problem solved. That is what the NFL will do. NFL, unfortunately, will not do because the NFL just does not care. And it sucks because you know what? This actually could minimize time spent on the field. Because right now, the overtime rules in the playoffs and in regular season are way too long. If you simplify this, the overtimes can last anywhere from 5 minutes to like 8 minutes at most for like a majority, like the overtime. If you account for plays run, clock time, everything, you account for all that, it cuts down the overtime at least in half, especially if it's a 1 possession game, a minimum, at a bare minimum. No, they don't. They don't take forever. They 100% don't. The only reason why they don't is because college athletes and the NFL, it's a completely different level of play in regards to college and the NFL. There's a complete different one. It needs to be the fact that they need to change the overtime rules for the next couple of years. They need to make it like college. Start at 30, and I have the perfect one. Start at the 30-yard line. That means you give. Oh, come on, Brandon Rodgers. Give me a break, man. There are plenty of issues. You have the coin toss. Team decides, okay, we want to defend this side. An offense starts on the field. You give 1 overtime, 4 downs at starting the 30. You only have 4 downs. And if you don't make it to 4 downs, you go for a field goal. Bam. And then the other team scores a touchdown. It's fair game because both teams at least had 1 possession. And trust me, this is a problem that everyone has. And it's unfortunately, they're absolutely terrible, 100% terrible. And people will say, oh, the coin flip has to be the ultimate game factor. No, it doesn't. The coin flip is an absolute stroke of luck. Purely simple, it's an absolute thing that should not decide overtime. It just should not decide games. Pure and simply, I don't think a coin toss should decide games. It shouldn't. What you need to have is both teams have a fair shot of at least 1 possession. You need to at least have 1 possession. If you have 1 possession for both teams, then it's at least fair. If you're just going to give one team wins the coin toss, luckily, and then they score, how is that fucking fair? Explain to me how that's fair. It is absolutely terrible. I get the game tonight. The Bills, unfortunately, just couldn't cover everybody on defense. And having Tre'Davious White out was a huge problem. I get that. But you know what? It's just... it's ridiculous. The coin toss doesn't deserve it. God, it's just ridiculous, man. The execution 100% should determine the overtime game. It should 100% should. If you have Kansas State drive down the field and give Buffalo another chance, then I'd be fine with it. And they don't convert. Fine, you do that. What's up, Romy? How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, dude. Yep. Oh, trust me, they wanted to change it back in 2018, and there were overtime people complaining about it back in 2018 with the AFC Championship game. They were complaining about it, and yet, what do? Nothing. They absolutely don't do anything. They do nothing, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And now it's continuing to just say, "Oh, then no one's going to talk about it because everyone loves Patrick Mahomes. They love sucking his fucking dick." Absolutely ridiculous. Pure and simple, it's ridiculous. That does not matter, Brandon Rodgers. It doesn't matter who has leverage. What matters is that both teams need to have a possession. That is what needs to happen. And unfortunately, right now, Until the NFL fixes, it's going to leave a sour taste in everyone's mouth. If you gave the Bills possession, they could have scored in overtime. They could have, but we'll never know because the NFL just does not like to change, unfortunately. And this is why my love of football is continuing to slowly die down. It sucks, but you know what? There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it, man. I realistically am not going to watch the AFC Championship game because I really don't want either of these teams to win. Like, I didn't watch the Ravens Patriots Championship game back in 2011. I won't be doing the same thing with the Chiefs Bengals. I won't watch. I will be rooting for the Cincinnati Bengals to win, but I will not be watching. I'll have something else better to do with my time. I have stuff I have to prepare for. I have to study for my teaching exam, so I will be doing that. I may catch the 49ers game, but I'll probably have that game on in the background. I really won't be watching it because studying for my exam is a little bit more important than watching the AFC Championship game because I don't want to watch either of those two teams make it. But if I had to pick, I'd rather pick the Bengals to win. I'm Team Dashy. Yeah, I'm Team Dashy too, man. Yeah, thank you. 100%. It was a great game, but these overtime rules are absolutely terrible. And unfortunately, I wish the NFL would fix it, but I don't think they will. What's up, Awesomeness? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Always great seeing you on here. Definitely one of the best people to come on my channel. But you know what? I just had to come on here and talk about it. And unfortunately, just even the Chiefs fans, like the Chiefs fan base is just beyond that. Like they just want to pump their chest like, oh, we're the best team ever. God, it's just beyond bad. It absolutely is. What's up, Victor? Tiger Raven, how you doing, man? I'm just sick and tired of the Chiefs fan base. At least with the Seahawks fan base back in 2013, like the 2015 range, at least the Seahawks fan base, I can at least tolerate because Russell Wilson is a likable guy. He does well with a lot of charity work. He's a really good person. I just can't stand Patrick Mahomes. He's plastered everywhere. Russell Wilson's definitely one of my favorite quarterbacks because I love Russell Wilson as a player and as a person. He's a phenomenal player. Patrick Mahomes, I feel like he's extremely stuck up. His family is just ridiculous. And yeah, I just can't stand it. For the NFC Championship game, I will be rooting for the Los Angeles Rams just because one of my best friends is a Rams fan, and I want to see Matt Stafford win the Super Bowl now. I want to see Matt Stafford win the Super Bowl. He's already won his first 2 playoff games as a Ram. Not only that, he has never won a playoff game before this year, so I'm glad he won it. I just hopefully they play better against the 49ers, and I think that they could beat the Niners. I think they can. Right now, they are favored by 3.5. This game will not be easy, and I think it will be a very good game for the Rams. I will be watching that game. I will not watch the Chiefs-Bengals game, though, unfortunately. The Chiefs are the new Patriots. Yeah, I 100% agree. Because Tom Brady's not likable at all. Patrick Mahomes, I don't like him. I can't stand Patrick Mahomes. I can't stand the Chiefs. They're so cocky and arrogant. Even though I will say the only thing I like about the Chiefs is Eric Berry, who was the former safety who beat cancer. So that's a good thing. I like Eric Berry. Unfortunately, he's not on the team anymore. But I did like Eric Berry, and I like Andy Reid because of his coaching pedigree. But other than that, I don't like either. I don't like any of the Chiefs players. I don't. Running to the Georgia Bulldogs. No, they're like more like Alabama. I personally think they're more like Alabama, personally, or maybe like a Clemson. Well, actually, not Clemson, because at least Clemson has some likable players. Like Dabo Swinney's not a bad coach. Like he's likable to an extent, but man. Just a tough day. Just a tough day. You know what? I really didn't have a horse in this. I didn't bet on anything. I just wanted to watch the games, to have fun, and see good games. That's all I really wanted to do. But unfortunately, this game just left a sour taste in my mouth, and I'm very disappointed. And these overtime rules, they will never be changed. Let's be honest here. I would love to see the NFL change their overtime rules, but it's not going to happen because the NFL, they just like to stick to their ways, unfortunately. But it's just unbelievably not fair that you get one team possession, they score a touchdown, and the other team doesn't get a chance. That's absolutely ridiculous, and that should be changed. I want to see Matt Stafford win the Super Bowl at this point now because I wanted to see the Bills win, and my original Super Bowl prediction was Rams and Bills. I want to see the Rams win it now, and I want to see the Rams win it in their home stadium. Even though I'm not a fan of Stan Kroenke, of how shady of a businessman he is, I just want to see Matt Stafford win because Matt Stafford deserves it. I think Matt Stafford 100% deserves a Super Bowl. More than Patrick Mahomes. Joe Burrow, I extent, I don't mind Joe Burrow, but he's a division rival. So want to see the Bengals and Rams win it all. I'm the same boat. I don't even mind the Niners win, just as long as it's not KC. If the Niners win, I'll be happy because it gives A-Bomb a chance to be happy. And I like seeing A-Bomb. After all the shit A-Bomb's gone through, I want to see him be happy, man. After the personal shit that's gone on with his life, I want to see A-Bomb be happy, man. That'd be good. Thank you. 100% thank you, Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great. 100% agreed. Anybody but the Chiefs. I 100% agree. And Josh Allen would 100% score. No, it's not going to be KC San Francisco. I think it's going to be Rams and Bengals, but that's just me. It's still very early on. I want to see how things go on as the week progresses. But realistically, there isn't too much else I'm really going to point out to the fact that just the overtime rules are terrible. The NFL will never get better until they fix them. And right now, it sucks because not only the Packers just we're going to rebuild. My Steelers are probably going to go into a midterm rebuild, which I'm a little upset about. I'm not. Oh my God, boys for life. I know you're here, man. Thanks for tuning. But here's the thing: I did not 100% blame the Bills. I just want both teams to get a fair shot. That's all I'm saying. The Bills defense blew it. I will agree with you there. The Bills defense blew it. They 100% did. But I just want to see both teams get a fair shot. Is that hard to understand? Is that hard to understand that I want both teams to at least have a fair shot in overtime? That should at least be the thing, because everyone and their mother in the media was complaining in 2018 about the Patriots and Chiefs. Oh, the Chiefs have a good possession. But now when we're selling about it later, 3 or 4 years later, oh, no one just wants to bats an eye. No one bats an eye. So whatever. I'm just going to make this video just because I wanted to make this video just talking about the games. Niners. I wouldn't mind seeing the Niners in the Super Bowl. I wouldn't mind seeing the Rams in the Super Bowl. And I wouldn't mind seeing the Bengals. I just want anybody but the Chiefs. Alexander the Great just pretty much said perfectly, anybody but the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. Oh my God, man. Dashy, I hope so, man. I get you need to make it fair. You need to make it. Overtime needs to be fixed. The overtime rules are fucking terrible, boys. I'm sorry. They're 100% terrible. It needs to be like college. College has the perfect format for overtime. Boy. God damn it. I don't know why that's saying boy. If you oh, that's at least funny, though. At least we'll give you a compliment on that. That is at least funny. I just like saying that. Boy, if you don't. That's at least funny, though. But that's pretty much all I got to say about this. There really isn't too much else I want to say about this, but I'll be rooting for the Rams. One of my best friends is a Rams fan. I'll be rooting for the Rams to win the Super Bowl at this point. Let's see what happens next week. So check out Painted Game Pick'ems. It'll be coming up soon on Wednesday, and then I'll probably make a Steeler video about the offseason, about the preview for Teryl Austin. Oh, I forgot to mention, Teryl Austin is our new defensive coordinator, which I actually really like about that. That's actually a good hire, even though it's hiring from within. The good thing is he's been on a 3 Super Bowl team as a defensive backs coach. So I like that, and the players like him, so I will give him a shot. So with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below or somewhere in the live chat. Let me know what you guys saw about this game. But this is LC Muscle Swing here signing out. See you guys later. Stay awesome. And remember, Josh Allen, man, you're going to get better. And Bills fans, don't let this loss completely get you down. You're going to be back. You guys are still going to be a favorite in the AFC. I want to see you guys as the number 1 seed next year. You guys can do it. Just make sure you guys have everyone healthy. And fuck the Kansas City Chiefs. This is LC Muscle 28. I'm out of here. Have a good night, everyone.